Hello, dear students. Today, our topic is functional units of life. This chapter, under the part of biology, most forward, we are going to study about looking beyond the classroom. All multicellular organisms are perfect examples of organization every step of the way. From the microscopic cells that can function independently yet work together as tissues, to tissues that carry out specific functions and work together to form organs, then organs system, and finally the entire organism. It's not just an organization at a higher level. Everything at home, school, or the workplace functions efficiently and perfectly when we are organized. Let's study the cells, in which the fundamental unit of life. Most living organisms on the earth have very complex bodies. The bodies of animals are made up of different parts like skin, blood, bones, nerves, etc. Plants have flowers, leaves, fruits, etc. Do all these parts look the same? No, they are all very different, but they all have one thing in common, that is cells. The basic building blocks of all living organisms are cells. The human body is also made up of trillions of cells. Every organ or part of the human body is made up of a large number of cells. There are blood cells, muscle cells, skin cells, etc., each performing different functions. They take in nutrients from the food we eat. They convert these nutrients to energy. They help support our body. They contain generic material and also carried out various other specialized functions. Every activity that we carry out, whether it is movement, digestion, etc., is due to the activity in our cells. Likewise, in plants too, photosynthesis takes place in the cells of the leaves, and absorption of water from the soil is because of the cells in the roots. Cells are so small that they are not visible with the naked eye. This is one of the reasons why they could not be detected until the invention of the microscope. Now we are going to study about discovery of the cell. The first microscope was invented by a Dutchman, Anton van Leeuwenhoek, in 1632. It was a simple microscope with a single biconvex lens. An English scientist by the name of the Robert Hooke constructed a microscope with two lenses, which was called the compound microscope. In 1665, while using his microscope to examine a piece of cork, he observed that it was made of tiny box-like compartments. They resembled the cells in the monastery where the monks lived. He therefore concluded that cork was made up of cells. The word cell comes from the Latin word cellula, which means little room. Later, it was discovered that what Hooke had observed were dead cells, which had only the boxes or walls of the cells, and not the substance within the. First man witnessed a live cell under a microscope was Anton Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who in the 1674 described the algae Spirogyra. Let's study about unicellular or multicellular. All living organisms, be it a plant or an animal, begin life as a single cell. How many cells do living organisms have? Would a large animal like a giraffe or a huge tree like a banyan tree have the same number of cells as a tiny fly? No. Some plants and animals like bacteria, amoeba, Chlamydomonas, and yeast are made up of a single cell. They are unicellular organisms and can be seen only with the help of a microscope. The single cell carries out all activities like nutrition, respiration, reproduction, etc., required for the proper functioning of the organism. The vast majority of living organisms consist of more than one cell. They are multicellular organisms like Volvox, Spirogyra, fern, Sargassum, Chara, etc. The next subtopic is from cell to organisms. A cell is the smallest part of the body that is capable of existing independently and carrying out all the important functions of life. Tissue. A group of similar cells performing a specific function is called a tissue. For example, muscular tissues are made up of muscle cells. Other tissues seen in the body are the connective tissue, skeletal tissue, nerve tissue, etc. Next, organs. Organs are made up of two or more tissues that work together to carry out a specific function. The different organs in the human body, like the heart, lungs, intestine, eye, etc., are made up of different tissues. Leaves, stems, and roots are the organs seen in plants. Next, organ systems. Many organs with related functions constitute an organ system. The human body is made up of various organ systems such as circulatory, respiratory, digestive, excretory, nervous, endocrine, immune, integumentary, skeletal, muscular, and reproductive systems. The functions of each system depends on the proper functioning of each individual organ and the combined activity of all the organs of the system working together. The digestive system, for example, depends on the stomach, intestine, esophagus, etc. to function properly. The respiratory system consists of the nose, trachea, pharynx, larynx, bronchi, and lungs, which all work together to help us breathe and respire properly. Plants have the same levels of the organization as seen in animals. There is a root system, that is primary, secondary, tertiary roots, root hair, and the shoot system like stem, branches, etc. Next we shall going to study about relation between shape and function. All cells do not look the same. They have different shapes like circular, cuboid, rectangular, disc-like and even irregular. They differ in their sizes too. The cells of the plants and animals acquire different shapes and structures to perform specific functions. Nerve cells, for example, are very long and they have to conduct impulses between the brain and the other parts of the body. Red blood cells are circular and biconcave to carry out their function of transporting oxygen. White blood cell can change their shape easily. This allows them to squeeze through the walls of the capillaries. The components present within the cell also vary depending on the specific function. The guard cells of the leaves of the plants are bean shaped to allow the opening and closing of the stomata pores. Thus, we see that at every level of organization, the structure is closely related with the function. Within the intestine, cells responsible for absorption of nutrients have a very different structure from the cells required for movement, such as the muscle cells. Next, stem cells. The discovery of stem cells was a milestone event in the study of biomedical science. Stem cells are cells that are able to divide again and again to produce more cells. They have the unique ability to develop into any tiny specialized cells like muscle cells, nerve cells, blood cells, etc. Scientists use them in research and in the study of various diseases. They are also used to replace cells or tissues that have been damaged or lost. Thank you.